Food
is impregnated with flavor.
drama.
I just can't believe it's not cornmeal porridge.
Verdict. Your favorite chefs from across the Caribbean summoned to go head-to-head, pot-to-pot, meal-to-meal. Watch us as they plead their case weekly to be appointed the Maggi Food Court Caribbean Champion and take home the $10,000 award. This is Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
All rise, Maggi Food Court is now in session, presided by Judge Geronimo.
This is season 2 of Maggi Food Court, the competition for the Caribbean's most coveted culinary title.
Today's Maggi Food Court challenge is grilling as our chefs enter the knockout round. Chef Janoy Reed and Chef Rishi Ramutar will face off in round 1. Chef Alicia Lee and Chef Yanis Alexander will face off in round 2. The winners of rounds 1 and 2 will face off each other in a final showdown in round 3. Only one chef will advance to the semi-finals. This week's jury members are food enthusiast and critique Okino Petrie, Natasha DeBorg, a well-traveled chef who has worked with celebrities and dignitaries, one of the region's most prominent executive chefs, Brian Lumley.
Let us meet our defendants.
Most Caribbean people, we lime and we drink rum, have a good time. So I just started to become the chef for cook amongst my friends for limes and stuff. And basically for about 10 years, I just lime and drink rum. Not until I met my wife. She's like, how come you never went culinary school? And that's where the real push to become a chef came about.
When you eat a dish that Rishi has prepared, it resonates with a memory, with a feeling.
He has the ability to deconstruct local cuisine and make it in such an artwork.
I've never really entered any major cooking competition, so this would be one of the first for me.
Chef, you have been summoned to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
Thank you.
See you in court.
Jamaica, I'm coming for the Maggi Food Court.
I've been cooking all my life, basically. I'm the eldest of 6, so I had to come from school, and so I had to prepare dinner for my younger siblings. I've been cooking now professionally 18 years.
Jenna is a go-getter. He's somebody that pulls everybody together. He's friendly, warm, and he's just straightforward.
Every single dish that is made by Janoy, you have Jamaica that's infused somewhere, somehow.
I got 4 daughters. My daughters don't like to cook. They say daddy's a chef, so daddy should cook all the time.
Chef, you have been summoned to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
Okay.
See you in court.
All right. You know, I'm the guy to beat, so everybody look out. The West is here.
In this segment, Chef Janoy and Chef Rishi will battle each other in a grilling trial. You will have full access to fridge and pantry. You will be judged based on presentation, taste, and creativity. Chef Rishi, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Positive.
Chef Janoy, are you ready?
I was born for it.
Born for it. Okay, chefs. You will both have 45 minutes. Prep and prepare your dishes for presentation to the jurors. Your time begins now.
You know, the first round is winner takes all. It's an elimination process, so you have to definitely come good. There's no, I can't make any errors.
I think a challenge for me would be to control my nerves. If they throw a curveball at me, to take a breath, think about it, execute it.
But what's the difference between Trinidad grilling and Jamaican grilling?
Jamaica, you know, they like to think of themselves as the king of grilling with the jerk season.
There's a difference.
Yeah?
We've got the sauce.
Well, we'll see who bring the sauce today, you know, let's go.
First, I got my pork chops, I rinsed them, and I made a simple marinade for them, which I did some red wine vinegar and about 2 teaspoons of Maggi hot and spicy jerk and some olive oil. So I made a quick marinade and I marinated my pork and I set it aside.
When I saw the grill, I knew that I would have to make some alterations. I took a rolling pin, a bilna, I hammered it out a bit, stuff it, grill it, and then create the mini oven to finish it. I use some butcher's twine because when you roll something, you need to keep the shape because that's not the natural shape of a chicken breast. So we just tie it to keep the shape, and when it cooks, and when you really remove the twine, it'll hold the form.
All right, so the heat is on here in Maggi Food Court, and the chefs are busy there at work. All right, Chef Rishi, what are you making today?
It's a midnight snack stuffed chicken breast. Chefs don't eat how we cook. We eat real garbage food 2 o'clock in the morning. Whatever is in your fridge, you're eating, because you're not going to cook again.
A midnight snack stuffed chicken.
In Trinidad, when you're hungry late in the night, you cut up some cheese and eat it with some crackers. And we put some kuchela. Kuchela is a spicy condiment made out of green mangoes. So that's the stuffing. It's a little spicy.
Sounds fancy, sounds fancy. Let me move on over to Chef Janoy.
I'm making a coffee-crusted pork chops.
Coffee-crusted
pork chops, yes.
Ah, beautiful.
And I'm doing a Caribbean-style succotash.
Fancy name for a nice little
stir fry. Yeah. And then I'm doing a mango and pineapple chimichurri to top it off.
Okay, nice. And so you have the pineapple on the grill there.
Definitely. It's a grilling competition.
Heat is on right here at Maggi Food Court. The competition is stiff. We're reaching a boiling point.
Grilling, you can go horribly wrong or you can go perfectly good. It's all about timing. My secret ingredients for my dish today was my grilled pineapples. The reason for roasting the pineapple is to bring out the natural juices and the sweetness of the pineapple.
Guys, I think we need to put a little spoke in the competition.
I think we should.
Yeah, it's too well planned. Billy.
The kitchen is getting hotter. The jurors will take an ingredient and the chefs cannot object. Their challenge now is to complete their dish without this ingredient.
That left me in shambles because I definitely needed that to enhance that dish.
I was a little disappointed he took that for presentation purposes. It was supposed to be antics at the table, but the white wine was already in the sauce, so I still had it in the dish.
So Brian, of all the things, why the pineapple and the Chardonnay spray?
I mean, it's an ingredient that is obvious. Like, you want so much flavor, the caramelization of it, the white wine, it's always in a particular dish. So I wanted to take away something that will throw them off.
Defendants, have 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes.
5 minutes is like my heart dropped. I'm saying, wow, the time has flown so fast. I can't believe it's already 40 minutes.
I was almost finished at the 5-minute mark, so I was good. I was good at 5 minutes.
I think it's gonna be a good battle between a Trinidad guy and a Jamaican guy.
All right, chefs, step away from the counter. Chef Rishi, how do you feel about your presentation?
Very good, actually.
Very good, very good. Chef Janoy, how do you feel?
Very confident. To tell you the truth, it was a bit nerve-wracking today. It's competition, and anytime you have competition, you know, you get a little bit of jitters.
It's time to present to the jurors for judgment.
More when we return to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
From farm to freshly produced to family. Savor the sumptuous sensation of Maggi green seasoning. Indulge in any of our 3 fantastic flavors: original, spicy, or citrus. Made with freshly picked ingredients so you can relish the richness of our homemade taste. Maggi, the secret of great flavor. Grown under the warmth of our Caribbean sun, we invite you to feast on the island's richest flavors. Cultivated with the passion of farmers who labor in love, nurture with care, and harvest in pride. The freshest seasoning and peppers, brought straight from the farm to your family to add that sumptuous, succulent taste you love. Made with freshly picked ingredients so you can relish the richness of our homemade taste. Maggi green seasoning, Maggi pepper sauce, and Maggi jerk seasoning. Maggi, the secret of great flavor.
Welcome back to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
So Rishi, tell us about your dish.
So it's a chicken breast stuffed with I guess you would say a Trini midnight snack. It's paired with some grilled vegetables and a mini flour salad with some micros. It was supposed to be perfume at the table with the white wine. It's still good and it's still winning.
All right, so let's begin.
Find these and other recipes at NestleRecipesCaribbean.com.
This challenge is grilling, and I think it speaks grill marks on the vegetable with the smokiness of the chicken as well. So I think it's a good effort done.
Yeah. Well, both of them had access to the same ingredients, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the next chef has to bring.
Absolutely.
So Chef Janoy, tell us about your dish.
The dish that I prepared for you, it speaks about the Caribbean. So it's a coffee crusted pork chops, and then I was supposed to make a grilled pineapple and mango chimichurri, but I had to improvise. So what you have in front of you, it's a Caribbean succotash with a mango chimichurri, and I topped it with some nice crispy fried sweet plantains.
Okay. That sounds good. Well, thank you, Chef, for taking the time.
You're welcome.
What do you call this, a chimichurri?
Yeah, it's more of a salsa to me. A chimichurri is very distinctive in taste.
And the acid don't come out, I think.
Right, I'm getting more sweetness than everything.
Well, guys, I know you are supposed to be the experts, but I quite like it.
Well, I mean, we're judging for creativity and presentation as well, so it's not only taste, so it's still an open game.
All right, well, let's see what the numbers pan out to be.
Defendants, the time has come to announce the verdict. After much debate, the jurors decided that Chef Janoy, your dish represented the Caribbean quite well. Chef Rishi, your dish brought a certain level of creative technicality, both in presentation and style. They loved both your dishes. But after deliberation, there can only be one winner. And that person is Chef Rishi. Congratulations. Chef Janoy, very well played.
I thought I had it, but unfortunately, it wasn't my day.
I feel relieved, excited, a bit emotional. It's an achievement to even win a round when you've never really competed in anything.
Welcome to round 2 of the Maggi Food Court grilling trial. In court, we have Chef Alicia, Chef Yanis.
Let's meet our litigants.
Hi, I'm Alisa Lee. I'm 32 years old and I'm the chef owner at Five Spice Catering. Every dish I make is influenced by our rich Jamaican food culture. I love cooking for the persons around me, whether it's my team, my family, even my boyfriend. I studied at UTech, Jamaica. I did food service management, and then I've done a couple of internships both here and overseas.
She really caters to the needs of the individual groups within this university. I'm sure that I'm going to be fed, and it's going to be a fun experience every single meal, and it's something to look forward to.
My favorite
Chef, you have been summoned to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
Thank you.
See you in court.
I am coming to win it for Team Jamaica to the world.
Maggi Food Court ain't ready for me. I gotta eat that straight. I snap it into existence. I'm here to win that competition, hands down. Currently now I run the kitchen. I do the day-to-day for Tasty Bar. Tasty Bar is a restaurant that technically I created with a lot of the whole atmosphere and the idea of Tasty Bar, culinary-wise, came from me. What I can say I cook now, I cook Caribbean fine dining food. Nothing doesn't faze me in the kitchen. I make anything happen. The days there are no electricity, I still have my candle and I make anything happen.
Chef, you have been summoned to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
Yes.
See you in court.
When I leave, super chef ain't playing, you know. Them Jamaican man better stay at home. But you sing, you cry for your mama.
Welcome, chefs. Prep and prepare your dishes for presentation to the jurors. Chef Yanis, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
You sure you're ready?
If you allow people to get in your head, then that's the only challenging part, because as a chef, cooking should not be challenging for you under any circumstances.
Are you ready for the challenge?
Yes, of course.
Yanis, from morning you talk, one bag of chatting, cooking time no.
All right, chefs, you will have 45 minutes, so your time begins now.
They have very strong flavor profiles for each of the elements I use. I use chicken season up for the chicken to marinate my kebabs. I use the vegetable for the sweet potatoes and the garlic for the pineapple. I added the Maggi pepper sauce to the chicken and to the pineapple. The contrast with the sweetness and the spice, which help bring out more flavor into the pineapple.
The new Maggi Scotch bonnet sauce I used in my rum sauce, so it gave the pork chops an extra sweet and spicy flavor. And then the all-purpose was used in my blend of seasonings that I put onto the pork, and also the bouillon cubes was the base for my sauce.
My secret ingredient was when I added the curry into the coleslaw. That's something different. Most people wouldn't know to balance a flavor profile like that.
So when you go to Boston in Portland, you get either corn or festival or bread. So I grill the corn to give a smoky flavor to my corn salad.
The kitchen is getting hotter. The jurors will take an ingredient and the chefs cannot object.
Now when you're grilling, you need oil so that the meat doesn't stick to the grill.
Their challenge now is to complete their dish without this ingredient.
That didn't alright, chest, you know.
See you in a bit.
When they took my tomatoes for my sauce, I felt very sad about that because that was a main component of my dish, but I had to adjust on the fly. So.
Oh, tell me, why roasted tomatoes and oil?
It's a challenge. I want to see how he's coming back from this now.
I'm wondering, based on how charred it is, if you actually helped him out by taking that away. Or is that how it's supposed to look?
The air generally was flowing. These are competition, these things I do a lot of. So it was a natural flow of the element for me.
When the last 5 minutes was called, I wanted to start moving all over the place, but I just had to censor myself and be like, Alisa, play it. Take your time, get your pork chop, get your salsa on, and the sauce. I did my best with my sauce, but I got everything on the plate just in the nick of time.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, defendants, step away from the plates. What an intense battle it has been right here in Maggi Food Court.
I needed 10 more seconds.
But are you confident in it?
Can't get it?
No, the competition is done. So get ready to present your dishes to the jury right here in Maggi Food Court.
More when we return to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
From farm to freshly produced, to family. Savor the sumptuous sensation of Maggi jerk seasoning. Indulge in our two fantastic flavors of Maggi jerk seasoning in mild or spicy. Made with freshly picked ingredients so you can relish the richness of a homemade taste. Maggi, the secret of great flavor. From farm to freshly produced, to family. Savor the sumptuous sensation of Maggi jerk seasoning. Indulge in our two fantastic flavors of Maggi jerk seasoning in mild or spicy. Made with freshly picked ingredients so you can relish the richness of a homemade taste. Maggi, the secret of great flavor.
Welcome back to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
Well, Chef Yanis, I see it was definitely hot in the kitchen. Tell us about your dish.
Yes, today I made for you the carnival chicken kebab with a curried coleslaw, a fire roasted mango chimichurri, and some grilled sweet potatoes.
Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Again, the question is going to ask, is this chimichurri?
That's the question.
I don't know, I find the presentation a little bit underwhelming.
But the flavors in the coleslaw is so...
It's very good.
It is impregnated with flavor.
I find it's one color right throughout. There isn't much color on the plate. For me, I eat with my eyes first, and
But maybe St. Lucia Carnival is different, you don't know.
Yeah, but this isn't Carnival, right?
Well, he said it's Carnival. It could be Juve.
I changed my sauce because I didn't have a choice.
Well, you took away his major component of color.
My tomatoes were taken from me for my sauce, so I had to change my sauce. I didn't have a choice.
Well,
it's
let's
part
see.
of Carnival.
Let's see.
Okay, judges, today I made for you my play on authentic Jamaican Boston jerk pork. What you have here is a jerk rubbed, Maggi jerk seasoning rubbed pork chop with, it's not a dumpling, you may think that it is, but it's fried bread, and then of course some roast corn salsa on top.
All right, thank you, Chef Alicia.
Looking forward to it. I like her creativity on the thought process. Yes, we'd normally go to Boston and get jerk pork and you put ketchup and pepper and little sweet pepper sauce and have your bread, and she wanted to make that from scratch and recreate it.
I'm sorry, I'm from Trinidad, but we have a fried bread and normally it puffs up, so I don't know if it's a different version. So I love how there was a clean presentation on the plate.
Yes, this is really, yeah.
Is it something that you would order in a restaurant? If you
Something I would order in a restaurant.
But right now, we have to make a decision of who moves forward. And I think we have our answer.
Chefs, this has been a very intense match here in Maggi Food Court today. The jury has reached a verdict. After much deliberation, they thought that your dishes represent the perfect blend between creativity and technique. Chef Alicia, Chef Yanis, the jurors have decided that the winner of this segment is Chef Alicia. Congratulations. Well done, Chef Yanis.
It's a competition. If the better dish won on the day, so you just have to move on from that.
I mean, I was a bit nervous, very nervous, not a bit, but worked it out, and I'm glad I was victorious over the other competitor.
My overall experience with the competition was making connections. We are all chefs from around the Caribbean, so the importance of connecting with each other was very valuable for me in this competition.
So I'll be going up against Rishi next in the next round. I'm a bit nervous, as usual.
My first round jitters are out. Be very afraid.
Chefs, welcome back to Maggi Food Court. Chef Alicia, Chef Rishi, you have made it to this final segment. You will face each other in a final sweet treat trial. You will have 25 minutes in which to create the perfect dessert from ingredients in this kitchen. Do you think you're up to the challenge?
Yeah.
Ready.
Awesome. Well, chefs, your time begins now.
Making a pastry cream in 25 minutes is the most challenging thing I've probably ever done as a chef.
I did not come prepared for it. Maggie did a good job at, throwing us that curveball.
My anxiety was at like 200 because we wasn't aware that we had to make a sweet pie. Just had to see ingredients and make it.
There was nothing that was screaming like dessert there. So as soon as I saw the blackberries, I was like, I have to do something with this. I need a base, need a sauce, and that was it. Most children will tell you they steal condensed milk from their mother's fridge because it's thick, creamy, and sweet. You'd always run by the fridge and as fast as they could. So for me, it was like I knew it would sweeten the dessert and make it creamier. I used the Maggi coconut milk powder in the waffle. That way it gave it a nice coconut flavor. And then I used the orchard grape juice as the base for the compote.
5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes.
Bill, if we could get 5 more minutes?
No, you 5 minutes.
Sorry?
5 minutes.
All right, chefs, your time is up. Step away from the counter. All right, what a battle it has been here in Maggi Food Court. Battle of the treats. Well done, chefs.
Well done.
So now that the trial is over, it's time to present your dishes to the jurors for a judgment.
So I did a very, very quick condensed milk pastry cream. I did a toasted panko crumbs. It have a little thyme in it, a quick rum caramel, and some berries, and a flour. That's it. The Maggi quickest pastry cream ever.
I love it. I love it.
I just can't believe it's not cornmeal porridge.
As you said it, it just flicked in my mind. It tastes good.
So Chef Alicia, second time you're here, you've made it thus far. Final round, 25 minutes. What did you do?
So I have for you here a coconut waffle, and it's topped with a blackberry compote and just a bit of condensed and whipped cream as the sauce.
Ah, well done.
What would this be considered to be, dessert or breakfast?
I think it's how you look at it. Natasha, for me, these things are just flowers. You know, tell me why all the chefs add something of this nature to the
They're actually edible.
What did you just add the flowers?
It's edible, Aquino.
Ah, eat the rosemary, let me say as well.
It's a herb. You don't go around eating rosemary, Aquino. Do you?
No.
Okay.
I don't go around eating flowers.
It enhances the flavor and makes it a little more beautiful.
I know what's putting me in a breakfast mood is earlier we had porridge and now we're having waffles.
So, will we serve breakfast instead of dessert? That's the question.
All right, so I think Rishi did really well. How he presented the dessert is really Michelin's 5-star quality. I think it has a good chance.
I think Alicia with the waffles, having made that from scratch, really showed her versatility. And I mean, she had 25 minutes, she thought of that really quickly. But I think we have a decision, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah. Well.
Thank you, judges.
Chefs, we've come to the end of this round of Maggi Food Court Caribbean. This has been the perfect summation of your cases. But unfortunately, as you know, only one person can advance to the semi-finals of Maggi Food Court Caribbean. The jurors thought that your desserts represented the perfect blend of style, creativity, and class. But one person will move on. The person who is moving on to the semi-finals of Maggi Food Court Caribbean is Chef Rishi. Congratulations, Chef. Well done. Well done, Chef Alicia.
Awesome. I feel awesome. You ever wanted to just scream, but you have to maintain composure because there's other people around? Yeah. I think that's the feeling. Good job.
Woo!
This is Maggi Food Court Caribbean. Next on Maggi Food Court Caribbean, Chef Matthew Bancroft from Jamaica and Chef Simone Edwin from Trinidad and Tobago go pot to pot for a spot in the final round of the Braising Challenge. The winner will be joined by Chef Andrew Waite from Jamaica or Chef Timothy Persad from Guyana from the second face-off. Who will come out victorious in the braising trial? Next on Maggi Food Court Caribbean.